It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another video for Season 10 of The Walking Dead. This is my episode review of Season 10, Episode 3, which was called Ghosts. So this episode, I gotta be honest, it has to be one of my least favorite episodes up to this point from the 3 episodes that we've seen so far. I feel like with the amount of hype that went into this episode, it didn't meet expectations, or my expectations. There could have been lots of people who enjoyed it, but for me, at least, I feel like this episode was overhyped and there could have been a lot more that they could have done to make the episode better. It felt a little stretched and it didn't feel like there was a lot there content-wise. And I feel like they could have merged this episode with another episode. So in many ways, I feel like this episode was stretched a little bit too much. But going through some of the points that I have written down here. So the intro with the montage of the 48 hours that Alexandria basically saw waves and waves of walkers. I thought that was pretty cool. Very interesting. They could have let some of the scenes breathe. I feel like they went through it really quickly. And it felt like they could have spent a little bit more time on some of the scenes because most of them were just flashes. So that was a little bit weird and I thought it was definitely a unique intro. We've never seen something like this before. But at the same time, the montage just didn't feel right for this intro because it felt like there was a lot of scenes that needed time to breathe and they could have done a little bit more with some of those scenes. Then we have Gamma showing up at Alexandria, giving them a message that they should go to the border and wait for Alpha. I feel like if they didn't reveal that in the trailer, that would have been a lot more interesting because that whole scene with Gamma was pretty much in the trailer. Like, it was pretty much there, you know what I mean? So, it would have been a lot better if they didn't actually put that in the trailer. But, pretty cool scene. Again, a little too quick. I feel like they could have spent a little bit more time with that. And she just shows up, tells them to go, and she leaves. I feel like they could have done a little bit more there. Then we have them actually meeting Alpha and the Whisperers at the border. I absolutely loved that whole exchange between Alpha, Michonne, Daryl, and Carol. All of the conversation that they had was very interesting. Absolutely loved the horror-esque vibe that scene had. At the same time, I feel like this exchange between Alpha and Carol specifically was hyped to be this kind of big thing. It felt like this was going to be the highlight of the episode, but two problems. One, it actually happened pretty early on in the episode and it felt like there wasn't a lot of build-up or enough build-up for it. And then the other part of it is that it didn't lead to anything. Like, for the amount of hype that it had, there wasn't a lot there for us to kind of get excited about because all it was Alpha shows up. She basically says, I know that you crossed the border. I forgive you, but I'm going to expand my territory and I want more land. And in a way, it felt out of character for Alpha to go about it the way she did. Even when Carol attempted to kill her, she was very calm, which was pretty cool. But at the same time, I feel like there needed to be some sort of reaction from her end. And she needed to do something to make them understand that she's still in charge. They could have done a lot more to make Alpha still seem as feared as she has been set up to be so far. And the Carol Alpha showdown that we actually saw was not as exciting as I thought it was going to be. It was definitely overhyped. And also going back to Carol attempting to kill Alpha, I feel like if they didn't already put stuff out there that pretty much confirmed it for us before the episode, that would have been a lot better. Carol getting trapped, I absolutely loved that scene. I thought that scene was going to go a little bit differently based on what we saw in the trailer. So I loved that at least that part was different than what we anticipated. So that was great. Carol hallucinating, seeing Henry and some of the other characters that were impactful in her life that are no longer with her. I absolutely loved that. It was perfectly set up. It was executed perfectly. I feel like that was probably my favorite part of this whole episode. How they presented Carol having hallucinations and in a way, how that impacted her decisions and how it made her not be rational. Absolutely loved that. The Negan Aaron stuff, I absolutely loved. I mean, even this part, we kind of knew it was coming because they teased it. But at the same time, I absolutely loved that whole exchange between Aaron and Negan. The dialogue was perfect. And also the fact that they're doing more and more to redeem Negan. Absolutely love that. Siddiq's PTSD and everything there, I feel like there's definitely something there in terms of Siddiq hiding some information from us in terms of what happened during the Pike's lineup scene, or what he witnessed, or what he did potentially to not be one of the victims. There's a lot there. There's a lot of rumors. We talked about it before, but it seems more and more likely that Siddiq is actually hiding something from the survivors, which is interesting. And I also cannot wait for them to actually reveal what is going on with Siddiq and whether there's anything he's hiding. The ending I thought was very interesting, but very odd and weird at the same time. Like, I thought the Whisperer that trapped Carol actually left. So it was weird that she was actually shot or stabbed or whatever it was. And also the fact that she's alive. I don't know how that adds to the mystery. I mean, will she go back to tell Alpha? What is she gonna tell Alpha? That she tried to kill them and they defended themselves? So it doesn't seem logical. There seems to be something there that maybe I didn't quite understand, but it felt a little weird, and I feel like it wasn't the best ending, but it could just be me. That's basically my review. So let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below, whether you enjoyed the episode or you hated the episode or you felt like it was just an okay episode, just like me. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video. If you like what you see, press like, subscribe for more content, and press the bell button to receive notifications for daily uploads.